Salman Bhai has been one of my biggest supporters. He gave me the opportunity to show people what I'm doing on screen, what I can do on screen. So I think the number one thing is that for me to take what he's taught me and do now something of my own. We just decided that, chalo, why don't we just get married and then we'll see, have a function later. ये लॉकडाउन के चक्कर में ना 2 साल निकल गए. I proposed to her in November 2020. Remixes have their place once in a while, अच्छा है, but I feel कि ज़्यादा करेंगे तो boring हो जाता है. And I think वो हो चुका है already. People are bored of it, to be honest. Hi, this is Arjun Kanungo and you're watching me on ETimes.
Hi, this is Samina Sheikh here, and with me today I have the dapper, the very handsome Arjun Kanungo, welcoming him on ETimes.
Thanks for having me. Thank you so much.
So Arjun, of course, your song is becoming quite popular along with Ulia Wantu. So tell us something about it. You know, how was it working with her, associating with her for the first time?
Oh, it was great. I mean, there's so many songs coming out right now. Like Ulia's was one song I released. My album is in the works, so we're just releasing one song by one. So there are 2 songs out. And one of them is called Ilzam, and that is also doing very, very well. It was great working with Ulia. It was my first time working with her. And she was really nice and easy to work with. We shot the video in Kerala. So it was quite an interesting experience to go there and shoot because it was really hot. And we were shooting on boats and stuff. So it was definitely challenging, but an amazing experience.
So Arjun, also, singing the song and, becoming a part of it, doing the acting part. Is that easier for you to, to also, romancing the actress and, being in that, in zone and that genre kind of a thing?
We're doing it for so long. It's almost been like now 7 years since I've been doing pop music and acting in my own videos. My first song actually came out like 6.5 years ago. So it's really been a long time. In September, it'll be 7 years. So in the last maybe 7 years, I've done about 50 songs. And a lot of them have been videos. And it's something that I feel like I'm very comfortable with now. Acting on screen is something I've always wanted to do. So that's always a plus when I get to do it. And usually I don't do pop songs unless I'm acting in it as well. Otherwise, it doesn't really interest me. Like playback is not something that I get excited about very often unless the song is amazing. It's the whole process of making the song, making the video, being part of it on every level. That's interesting to me and challenging for me.
And apart from singing, you have also worked in Radhe along with Salman Khan. Yeah. So tell us something about that. How was that for you and, working with him of all?
It's amazing to be in the same film as a superstar like him, It was a big learning experience for me. I think that the biggest thing for me as an actor was to be launched in a film like that, just to be in the same scale as the film that it was. These films are like huge budgets, and like people like me who are just starting off acting, it's a big opportunity for us to be put in a film which has such a big canvas behind it. So I am very grateful that I got that opportunity, and honestly, I learned a lot, because music videos are like a completely different genre. Like it's a different format. It's much more like, I would say music videos are a lot more stressful because we have only a limited time to shoot, But I do feel like film work is a lot more challenging in the sense that you have to get deeper into the character because you have more time and there's more layers to the character and stuff like that. So I would say that it was really a transformative experience for me as an actor. And I feel like ever since then I've wanted to act and act more. Like it made me feel like I want to act more.
But I also as you said, of course, acting and acting in music is quite different. And Radhe, of course, it was a film which was quite different, and it released on OTT, and of course, it was a dhamakedar film, altogether, having a different story. Which kind of genre attracts your attention when it comes to acting, and which kind of genre would you like to focus on?
So I am currently working on a film, and I'm the lead of that film. So I think that it's, for me, thrillers is what does it for me. Like I love watching thriller movies. Like I like romantic films sometimes, but for me, I like action, and I like drama, and I like that high energy. I think anything high energy really makes me feel like excited about the project. So the film I'm working on right now is a thriller, and that really excites me because I feel like that's the genre I really would love to play around more with.
But also, as you said, like, of course, the kind of roles you're playing and the kind of projects which excite you is also in the kind of genre you revealed about. Which project are you currently working on, and if you could reveal something about it, is it going to be a regional film or a Bollywood? And, tell us something at least about it.
I can't tell you anything. I'll have to check.
Yeah. But at least you can give a hint. Is it regional? Is it?
No, it's not regional. It's not regional. It's definitely Hindi cinema, and it's definitely mainstream. So beyond that, I can't really tell you much. It's definitely not regional because I think regional implies that it's a local, like a regional language. Right? I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, say Tamil or Telugu.
Yeah. No, it's definitely. I don't even know if Telugu is regional anymore. Because
it's become pan now.
Yeah. So I think I would definitely say not regional, and all I can say is that it's a thriller. And it's an exciting project that I've been part of now for almost 6 months, and we will begin shooting in October. So it's still a lot of prep and a lot of this thing happening. I'm also doing a little bit of the music, so I'm excited about that as well.
You recently also demanded for monetization for virtual gigs. Tell me something about that. We would really like to know what exactly are your thoughts on that.
I don't know, man. Like I think that in the lockdown we had to think about all those things. How to pivot from being like live musicians, and lockdown has been like weirdly really good for me. I got some time to like really focus on my stuff, and I got the time for myself that I didn't have for the last I don't know how many years, and it made me work on my singing a bit more. It made me work on my songs a bit more. And the album which I'm releasing right now, it's already doing so well. I just released a song called Ilzam with King, and that's already at about 12 million views on YouTube, and it's going at like almost like 1 million views a day. So that song is really resonating with people, and I wrote that in the lockdown. So I think that we had to think about this whole virtual gig scenario because of the lockdown. Now I don't think anyone is thinking along those lines anymore, because I feel like now it's all about going back to concerts and tours. Like my tour is starting now in May. We're doing about 15 cities just in May and June. So and those are all live concerts where there's like real people. We did a show in Mumbai and there were 7,500 people at the concert. So I mean, people are dying to come back out and see their favorite artists live. I think that's more engaging for them. I feel like while I like the idea of virtual gigs, I think it's a harder sell because आपको तो पता ही है कि आप जब भी बाहर जाते हो तो दोस्तों के साथ जाते हो, है ना, अकेले तो नहीं जाते आप. तो जब दोस्तों के साथ जाते हो तो वो फील ही अलग होता है, rather than sitting at home and watching someone live and listening to me, unless you really like that person's music. I think that more than it being like a music experience, it's for you, it's like for anybody when they go to a concert, it's about the dancing and talking to the friends and like having fun with them, and those things are what excites people about concerts, which I don't know how the virtual concert situation will figure out. Because I do think that you can't replace live shows. It's just not possible. Yeah. So monetization is secondary because I don't know now if people will watch. But in the lockdown, yes, nobody had anything to do.
Yeah.
So everybody was at home, and there was more chance of people coming and watching your concert. Like I did one concert in the lockdown, I think in maybe December last year. And there were about 1,200 people on that Zoom call. So I think that's the largest one I've done on Zoom. Okay. But I think 1,200 or 1,000, I don't remember exactly, but somewhere in that range, if I'm not mistaken, it was like 1,000 or 1,200 people. So, I mean, that was the largest one I did. And I think that even then, like it felt very disconnected because, you're so used to people cheering and having fun. Like that's part of the atmosphere.
Yeah.
So I can't say anything on monetization now because I don't know if people are interested. So अगर कोई organize कर रहा है उसको अपने पैसे तो वापस रिकवर करने पड़ेंगे ना. तो अगर कोई पैसे ही नहीं दे रहा तो फिर मैं कैसे बोलूं कि हाँ मुझे पैसे दो, वो सही नहीं होगा. I feel.
How was was it like judging roadies though? Because it's a popular show and it's
It was
so much in the news all the time, for the kind of thing
yeah.
that happens on roadies.
It was funny, yeah. It was really funny because I mean मुझे नहीं पता कि if I'm the right person to judge on a roadie show because I am crazy myself. So I mean, these roadies guys are like they're wild, man. They're like really like over the top and like उनका है कुछ वो vibe है जो people resonate with it, and the contestants also they find like the most different type of people. I'm using different, but I want to use some other words, but different type of people to come and participate in the show. But they're lovely people, and you get to see like all kinds of different people. And I think that for me, I'm very confident about judging, but I felt like at times yeah, I don't know if I would have done the same thing. If I was a contestant. Usually like in singing shows, it's very easy to judge, right? Because अगर सही गाते हो तो you have to say it's good. नहीं सही गा रहे हैं तो अगर कुछ गलत कर रहे हैं नहीं तो कुछ कमी है उनमें तो फिर you have to point it out. It's very simple. But roadies, it's very how do you say वो कुछ structure नहीं है उसका. It's more about who is most likable, and that's very subjective. So I don't know if I was a good judge or a bad judge. I told people what I like, and I judged on the basis of that.
Also, we have been hearing some reports about your marriage, about your engagement. Tell me something about it. What exactly is going to happen now? Are we going to see you getting married soon, or are you just
I will have to get back to you on that. We definitely want to get married. In fact, बातें चल रही हैं अभी. My fiance is South African. So she is born and raised in South Africa. Her parents are South African, but her parents recently shifted to Sri Lanka.
Okay.
And our original plan was to get married in Sri Lanka, so everybody was close by, and everybody could come, because I don't think people realize कि जब आपके in-laws कहीं और से होते हैं और आप मुंबई से होते हो और आपके कोई रिश्तेदार बाहर से आ रहे हैं, तो सबको जमा करना एक जगह पे बहुत मुश्किल होता है.
That is true.
I have so much family in America and I have so much family in London, and I have to bring them all in one place. Earlier that place was Sri Lanka because it was the closest for everybody. Most people, it was the closest. Like her parents were Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is not far away from us. It's a nice place to get married. So we thought Sri Lanka. Then the economic crisis happened, and now I don't think that we can do it in Sri Lanka. At least this year, it's not looking likely. So we just decided that, chalo, why don't we just get married? And then we'll see, have a function later. Because ये lockdown के चक्कर में ना 2 साल निकल गए. I proposed to her in November 2020.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So it's been a long time. And every time we want to get married somewhere, something or the other goes wrong. Like the lockdown was up till I think September last year. I don't remember when, but like somewhere towards the end of the year.
Like last year almost. And the unlock season started and all. Yeah.
So the unlock happened, I think, towards the end of the year. And right now things are still looking dicey. So we were thinking that abhi और भी postpone करेंगे, and if we wait for the perfect conditions तो होगा ही नहीं कभी.
That is true.
Later, to get married. So you might just hear me getting married and like you'll see the news. I don't know. Yeah, just suddenly maybe go to the court and get married. We're still talking about it. I do want to. For Carla, it's a big thing. I think that for me, getting married was never on the cards, but for her, it's like her dream to like have a good wedding and have a beautiful wedding. So I want to be able to give her that, and I don't want to ऐसे ही खाई में नहीं करना है मुझे. लेकिन I do want to do it like quickly, because I feel like अभी बहुत देर हो गई है.
But also, what personally she does, like what is she into? Is she doing some
So she's an influencer. She's a model. She used to act. She was in a film called Machine with Kiara Advani a few years ago, where she was the second lead. They were launching. I think Abbas was launching his son, Mustafa, in that.
Okay.
The film didn't do well. So, but I mean, she was never really keen on acting, because for her, the language is a big problem. She's not from here, right? So she's South African, and she finds learning Hindi a little bit difficult. So for her, she's got a lot of offers actually over the years. She's just, people are asking her to be in the film, but she's not confident, I think, about speaking the language.
Oh, okay.
So I think, and she's a very particular kind of person. Usko agar kuch karna hai to अच्छी तरह से करना है. ऐसे ही नहीं करना कभी. Then she'll get into it. Like I remember for that film also, she trained for like 6 months to get her speech right. And then she was still not happy with it. So I think for her, acting is not something that she really wants to do. But I think she likes being an influencer. I think she likes fashion, and she's an interior designer as well. She studied at New York School of Design for interior design. So she wants to start a company and do some interior design stuff, which I think she'll do very soon. She's also a chef. She loves to cook. I mean, she wanted to start her own. I mean, I want her to start her own cafe because I think she's amazing. But she's more keen on doing influencing and doing stuff like that.
Also, talking about your association with Badshah, you're going to soon associate with him, or you're going to join hand for new music show, is what you have been hearing.
No,
that is the report. I'll tell you what exactly the report is. The report says that Badshah and Arjun Kanungo will join hands for new music show. So how true is that?
Oh, that was ages ago. We did MTV Unwind, which was...
because it came like, the news came, of course, last year in July.
Yeah. So that show was MTV Unwind. It released, it did very well. In fact, Badshah's episode and my episode were the top episodes on that show. There were a lot of great artists on that show. We had, there was Sonu Nigam, there was Papon, there was, I think Arman Malik was there. There was Benny Dayal. There were a lot of great artists. Badshah had his own episode. I had my own episode. So that was a lot of fun. But I think now season 1 is over. Let's see. Now season 2 will be towards the end of the year, August onwards, I think.
Talking about the kind of songs, have been, releasing, and, off late, we also get to see a lot of remixes of, old songs. What are your thoughts on that?
What is the last remix you heard?
That
was ages ago. I don't think it was now.
Suryavanshi one I'm talking about.
Yeah, but that was, I think that's few and far apart. I think that in the last 6 months, honestly, I have not seen too many remixes. I've seen very, very few. I think the trend is dying, to be honest. So I don't think...
Sometimes I feel it's good because, you want to see new songs. I mean, like, why do you want to, remix an old song which is already there? Unless if you're trying to bring a, certain twist to it. What are your thoughts on that?
Samina, I like how you're trying to get out controversy from me, but you won't.
It's not controversy. I'm being honest. Rather. I'm saying somewhere I feel, why should you remix, old songs? Of course,
I have always been against it. I've been very
own, charm somewhere. Sometimes see now the Dam Maro Dam, for example, for that matter, I'll tell you about that song. When you hear Dam Maro Dam of Zeenat Aman versus the Dam Maro Dam of, Deepika Padukone, it's quite different. It feels very different.
I just feel कि अभी है ना वैसे भी because of the lockdown, Bollywood music ज़्यादा निकला नहीं था. To be honest, like there was a break in all movies for 2 years. All the biggest films got postponed. और आप देखोगे उसकी वजह से ज़्यादा music भी नहीं release हुआ Bollywood का. Most of the music that came out in the lockdown was non-film music. Most, I would say, I think 80%. And that's great because I feel like I relate more to that genre. And I feel like when there's a reason that the audience also is consuming non-film. It's not only because film music is not being made. I think people want to hear something new and fresh. And I think that in today's day and age, you can't just release a song without a story about the artist. I think both together have become the story.
Yeah.
People more and more are listening to songs by their favorite artist. It doesn't matter what the song is. The hype is not the song anymore. The hype is the artist. I think that's a great thing. So I think remixes have their place once in a while. अच्छा है. But I feel कि ज़्यादा करेंगे तो boring हो जाता है. And I think वो हो चुका है already. People are bored of it, to be honest.
Exactly. True.
Yeah. So I think that it's good. अच्छा है. I'm not against the remix by itself, but I feel like too much fit for boring ho jata. I get bored. I'll be honest. I get very bored.
Even I'll be honest about it. I told you, when I see such remixes, I feel like why? What is the need of it? And the way it comes out also, it somewhere makes you actually listen to the old song, and it makes you feel like, oh, it's much better to listen to the old song. Right. Even this new film which has released, Mere Desh Ki Dharti, they also came with that Mere Desh Ki Dharti wala song. They came with a different version completely, but of course they copied, the lyrics and all. So again, that's, trying to bring old songs, and somewhere I feel the old songs have their own charm somewhere. Is what I think.
No, I just feel like it, it's a function of culture. And at that time, that song resonated with people at, in that particular era.
Exactly.
They feel like you can't take the song out of the era unless there's a proper context for it right now. अगर आप release भी कर रहे हो, if you want to create that magic, then you have to create that context also. It has to be of the artist of today. And I think वो होते रहे, people are saying it. यार, मैं तो सबको बोलता हूँ कि I think not only is India ready for new music, but I think the world is ready for new Indian music.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like now we should start exporting our culture and our music. We have so much to offer.
Exactly.
बहुत दिखाने के लिए है हमारे पास इंडिया में. इतने सारे musical styles है. We have so many talented artists, beautiful artists. It's not like, you know, we are amazing at our music. And I feel like we are just not ambitious enough when it comes to selling it abroad. वो confidence नहीं है, क्या है पता नहीं. मगर हमारा audience भी है, market भी है यहाँ पर. इतना बड़ा market है. There's a market of 1.3 billion people, all of them who love music.
Exactly.
You know, even if part of it is regional and part of it is Hindi, but there's a proper market here. So I feel like we have something to offer, and I think our focus should be taking our music, new music here, global, because I feel like the world is ready for that. We're seeing it in South America. South Americans are doing it very well. They're exporting it for the world.
Yeah.
You know, and they're thinking about it like that. कि हम video भी ऐसे बनाएंगे, इतना बड़ा video बनाएंगे कि सबको समझ में आएगा. You know, so I think that is also a very important thing that India needs to start doing. We need to start having the confidence that we can export the music abroad.
That's true. And before I let you go, of course, you work with Salman. Will we get to see you working with him again? Because, of course, you were nervous while working in Radhe with him. So if there is something in pipeline with him.
No, nothing as of now. I mean, Salman Bhai has been one of my biggest supporters. And I think that he gave me the opportunity to show people what I'm doing on screen, what I can do on screen, you know. So I think the number one thing is that for me to take what he's taught me and do now something of my own, where I am also the lead and I can also carry a film. And I think that for me is the most exciting part of what I'm doing next, because my next film is going to be me in the lead role. And I think that it may not be a film as big as Radhe, but for me it's bigger because, you know, I'm carrying the film, you know.
But we have been hearing that you might do a music video with him. So
I don't know who told you that. I think the Ilya video was supposed to have him in the video because he was supposed to play a part in that. But I think because he got busy with the film. I don't remember which film, but we were not able to kind of do that. Yeah.
Arjun, also, you know, talking about you having your own studio at the age of 18, you were trying to convince your mother. So tell us something about that.
My God.
Did you finally manage to convince, and what exactly, you know, how the conversation went on?
No, I didn't have to convince her. I just, she was very supportive of me. But she said that you need to learn something about music. You can't just, आप म्यूजिक कर रहे हो तो क्या कर रहे हो? क्या आपको क्या पता है म्यूजिक के बारे में? You know, what is your knowledge in music? Like, why do you want to do music?
Yeah.
I had to prove that to her by making songs and you know, running a successful studio. Because I think, you know, it's very easy to say how much music karna hai. I get a lot of these emails every day. I love singing. I want to be a singer. Please, mujhe launch kar do. I have my own music label now called One Mind Music, which is my own label, and we are launching new artists and we're releasing a lot of songs. And but when they say that मुझे म्यूजिशियन बनना है या सिंगर बनना है, मैं उनको पहले पूछता हूँ आप क्या करते हो, क्या करना चाहते हो, और जो भी बनाया आपने आपके गानों के साथ मुझे सुनाओ और मुझे बताओ आप क्या करना चाहते हो ये गाने के साथ. You know, because making a song is one thing, making one song, making 100 songs is another thing. People want to become stars with just that one song. नहीं होता यार, आज के ज़माने में नहीं होता वो, to be honest. You know, there are so many artists and so many beautiful people, and I see this a lot from like models or actors who want to become singers because they feel कि उससे publicity मिलेगा या you know कोई मुझे notice कर लेगा. यार आपको पता है कितने सारे models हैं आजकल. Like it's not even, it's like hundreds and hundreds of people, you know, and all of them are beautiful and all of them are very good looking and all of them are talented. So the difference that I had to make to my mom at least was that I had to show her that I was committed enough to do this over a long time. I think if you want to be a musician like I did, you have to say that this is going to be at least 10 years of my life. At least. You know?
It's a lot of hard work because a lot of things goes behind it, you know, to be where exactly you want the platform to be on.
Yeah, and I think that you can't skip the steps. It's like, you know, you're trying to solve a problem. If the problem has 15 steps, you can't go from 1 to 15 directly. You have to solve all the steps in between to reach your final answer, final destination. So I think that I had to prove that to her. I had to tell her that, okay, this is my step one. I'm going to start the studio. मैं सीखूंगा music side by side. Ad films के लिए काम करूंगा. And then she's like, okay, let's see how that goes. Then let's see, do this. Let's do that. So she was always my biggest supporter, but she was also the person who kept me in line, Ki, show me how you're going to do it. Only then I'll believe you, So I still remember when I told her, you don't trust me. So she said, trust, but verify. And I think that is the advice that I've always lived with. Trust, but verify. Like, even if I trust you, you will have to verify my trust. There is no other way to do it. And I had to do that with her.
And of course, you worked with Shehnaz Gill. The song became so popular. When are we going to see you both working together?
I don't know. I think that Shehnaz is a great singer, and I think she will definitely do very well as a singer. But for me, I think that song was a great experience working with her. I don't have any plans as such I don't have any projects lined up with her. In fact, I've not been in touch with her for a long time.
Okay.
And I sent her my condolences when Siddharth Shukla passed away. And that was the last time I communicated with her. So I think it's sad that that what happened with her, and I think that I think she will need time to get back into the scene like how she was. Right now, I don't have any plans.
What are your upcoming projects you're working on?
Like I said, I dropped my album, and I think that the next 3 months at least is going to be on the album. Like I said, I've dropped 2 videos. One is doing very, very well. The second one we just dropped a week ago, so still to see how it's going to pick up. But in the last 1 month, Ilzam, the video that I dropped with King, has done, like I said, 12 million views. I think it's a 100 million song. I really think so, because people are loving the song, absolutely loving it. People from all over are messaging me saying this is one of my best. And the video is shot so beautifully. It's shot by my brother. His name is Dhruv. So he's a director, and he's very talented as well. So the album has 12 songs, and we're going to drop all the 12 songs in the next 6 months or so. So every 2 weeks we're going to drop 1 song, and so the next one is on the 11th, and so it's not too far away now. So 11th we'll have a song, then 17th I have another song with a music label. Which is again beautiful song with the actress Aisha Sharma. So that should be on the 17th or 18th. I'm not quite sure, but this month. Then 24th is my next song from the album, and then like that, 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks I'll have 1 song.
So every 2 weeks you have songs, basically. Yeah. Wow, that's quite good.
Yeah, I know there's a lot coming here. I think totally this year I've dropped about 6 songs, but there are 24 more to go.
So basically, you have a chaotic work schedule completely, like a pattern.
Oh yeah, I don't have a life.
And then how would you manage to get married? Honestly, I'm asking you that. Like, how will you manage to get married? Because you have to figure it out.
We just want to go to the court and finish it off, and then maybe have the wedding maybe towards like a function. The rituals maybe towards the end of the year. Because I am looking forward to being married. I think I never thought I'd say that, but I am looking forward to like settling down and like kind of, starting a different chapter in my life,
That's so nice to hear from you. And thank you so much for your lovely time. And I'm wishing you all the very best for your projects and for your married life also. Thank you so much for your time, and all the very best.
Thanks, Savina. Bye.